Good morning, Roadrunners. It is Friday, February 27, 2026. I'm Alejandro Silva.
And I'm Ronan McNeal. Thank you for joining us today. Here are some stories happening around campus. February is about flowers, chocolates, and love. And the Student Activities Program Board caught the memo. They hosted an event where students created their own bouquets. Our Ytzel Vazquez Meza went to the event to get a taste of friendship.
February, the month of friendship and love. And I went here at the Friends and Fizzies event to test out people's friendship. 4 questions, 3 groups, 2 outcomes, under one roof. The first question is, what is your favorite color?
I'm gonna go with white.
All right, is that correct?
Blue. Oh God.
She's looking at you very intensely.
I know, because we literally just talked about this.
Do you want to hit?
Yeah.
This is my bouquet.
Oh, pink. Why the?
All right, is that right? Yeah.
She doesn't have a favorite color.
All right, and what's your response?
It's true.
Next question is, what is your favorite food?
I'm gonna go with pasta.
All right, is that correct?
Correct. Asian.
Okay, is that right?
Yes.
It would be pho.
Okay, and what do you have to say for that?
It's true, yeah.
Third question is, what's their birthday and month, day, and year?
Ooh. I think you've told me, but I'm gonna go with August 10th.
Okay, and what year?
Oh. 2004.
All right, is that correct?
Only the date was wrong. 22nd. You were born in the summer in 05. That's all I know.
All right, do you want to give her a hint as to any specifics? It's in May.
I give up. I'm sorry. I love you.
I love you too. All right, what's the birthday? May 16, 2005.
Her birthday is February 11, 2006.
All right. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Now, you may have witnessed a few heartbreaks within these interviews, but the thing is that their friendships are still standing. I'm Ytzel Vazquez Mesa, reporting for Met TV.
MSU Denver hosted the 43rd Black World Conference at the JSSB Cavia, created to bring students and community members together for a day of conversation and learning. Jazz professors, filmmakers, and people in political and government roles shared their personal stories, experiences, backgrounds, and studies. Attendees heard from students from Uganda and Rwanda whose voices didn't just inform. It connected their lived experiences across borders and generations within the African community. To understand why spaces like this matter, we spoke with Cyrus Holt, an Africana Studies major at MSU Denver.
Our entire group was African American, but I present on the lighter side, you know, the fair skin side. So there was the name that I was given was Mzungu, which means it literally translates to aimless wanderer, but it's also a word for white people.
Hey Ronan, are you feeling a little hungry?
I think I am, a little peckish. But don't worry, our Camilla Locamina went to the Cooking with Purpose event to cook up tasty pizza and maybe bring us a bite or two.
Hello, I'm Camilla Lomakina, and I'm here at an event hosted by the Hospitality Center called Cooking with Purpose. Cooking with Purpose is designed to change that by giving students practical skills, nutritious recipes, and access to campus food resources. Let's take a closer look at how this program is bringing healthy, meaningful meals to the Auraria campus. Let's check it out.
So we wanted to create a cooking class and partner the health center with hospitality department and make sure that we're offering a space where students from CCD, CU Denver, and MSU Denver can all use the ingredients that we have at each college's food pantry and find ways that they can get creative, work with the recipes that we supply, and hopefully translate some of their skills at home to start cooking with the ingredients that we offer. I think the overall goal, everybody comes with different levels of comfortability variety, but our first goal is making sure that students feel increased confidence in cooking at home. I think a lot of times it's easy to go out to eat or order in, and so creating a space where they can try new recipes without having to spend the money on it. And then also just be thinking a little bit more about the nutrient density, how we can incorporate a little bit more fresh produce, healthy foods, and utilize those food pantry.
I really enjoyed it, and everybody was very helpful, very social, so I really wanted to come back. And then what inspired me is I found it actually on Instagram, so I wanted to join because MSU is a commuter school, so it's an opportunity to find people and interact with the school activities.
Whether you're new to cooking or just looking for fresh, healthy ideas, Cooking with Purpose offers students the chance to learn, connect, and take home meals that truly nourish. If you're interested in joining one of their monthly cooking events or checking out the recipes, be sure to visit their webpage and see how food can bring purpose to your plate. I'm Camila Lomakina signing off with MedMedia. Goodbye.
This last Tuesday, February 24th, the Mexican-born author, activist, and award-winning filmmaker Jorge Xolalpa presented his memoir named Ni de aquí ni de allá, where he shared his story and testimonial as an immigrant and his journey growing up in Los Angeles.
Jorge is a DACA recipient who took an unexpected path to filmmaking. He was on track to be a law student at first, but then he switched gears jumping behind the camera. His first movie, Blue Line Station, came out in 2016 and shot the whole thing on an iPhone 6s Plus. Even with such a scrappy setup, the film made it into 46 festivals and was named one of IndieWire's top iPhone shot films. It really set the tone for his bold, creative, and resourceful style as a filmmaker.
Back then, I was so disappointed. I woke up and I said, damn. I was like, I'm not really good for anything because I can't even, like, in my life. Which I thought it was funny, and my mom was just, like, really excited I said that. I was like, Mom, it's like, it's a joke. Like, you know, I mean, look, who can say that they tried to and then they survive? I mean, like, that's like God telling you you're really not good at anything, right? But, of course, I don't believe that. You know, that was just a joke.
I guess one thing that I haven't shared with a lot of people throughout my tour, including today, is there's a chapter called Fat Boy's Heart, because I've always struggled with my weight. And I think that's something that I've noticed today, that I'm always like making jokes about it. And today I talked a lot about respecting yourself and believing in yourself and being okay within yourself. And I think that me mentioning that and also being a chapter in my book, I haven't like healed it completely, so I haven't really opened up about that. So today made me discover that I need to get more into that so that I can stop making jokes about my body. I do think it's a long-term process to heal it. But it is important to be okay with yourself. And for instance, like for me now, I used to be very fit. I used to be a gym rat, like really, really fit. And I think that instead of making jokes, I should probably be more disciplined so that I can either get back to my fitness or just to a point where I feel more comfortable enough to not make jokes about it.
I am God's favorite because despite the political storms, despite the injustice, despite the odds, I still have the freedom to stand in my truth and share my voice with you. I am God's favorite for no other reason than this. I am alive, and that is enough. So if you take anything from my story, take this. Believe in yourself the same way you believe in others. Believe that you too are guided by something greater. Believe that you too are God's favorite, because you are. You always have been, and you always will be God's pick.
Don't go anywhere yet, because after the break, we'll take a look at a recent fire that happened in Thornton.
We'll also find out more about the Olympic athletes from Colorado.
We'll see you right after the break. If you're in the Thornton area, you may have seen smoke coming from a fire on 84th and Huron. The fire broke out at around 11:30 a.m. north of Pinnacle High School. Approximately 150 firefighters responded to the scene, where the fire burned 10 acres. An evacuation order was placed for those in the surrounding area. And around 2 p.m., authorities said that the fire was contained. The evacuation order was lifted just before 4 p.m., allowing residents to go home. Roll Race Motorsports, a BMW repair shop, had over 100 vehicles that were unfortunately burned to a crisp. Authorities are investigating the cause of the fire.
The 2026 Milano Winter Olympics came to an end on February 22nd, but Colorado had the highest number of Olympians compared to any other state, with over 30 athletes. Of the 30 athletes, 9 won medals for USA out of the 33 medal totals. Colorado makes up just under a fourth of the medals won by the US. Coloradan Olympian freestyle skier Alex Ferreira took home gold for the USA and the first time in his career. Amber Glenn, the Olympian figure skater, moved to Colorado Springs back in 2022 to continue her training. Olympians travel to Colorado to train and sometimes move here full-time. Between the peak environment for winter sports and our culture for athleticism, Colorado is a force within the Winter Olympics.
A tragic scene in Costa Rica unfolded on Valentine's Day. Authorities found California surfer Kurt Van Dyke dead inside his home. Kurt was a well-known surfer from Santa Cruz who lived in Puerto Viejo, where he ran his own local hotel. Investigators say 2 armed men broke in. Kurt and his girlfriend were tied up by the intruders, and Kurt's girlfriend told the police that the men robbed them and stole their car. Officials found him deceased. His body showed signs of asphyxiation and stab wounds. As of right now, there are no arrests and no clear motive. Friends and locals say that the community is shaken. Kurt's brother Peter said that Kurt would show up for people when he was needed.
Another late-night show host might be in the crosshairs of the Trump administration. Stephen Colbert started his show on February 16th, alleging that their network, CBS, told him not to air an interview with Democratic Texas State Representative James Tallarico out of fear the Trump administration retaliating. Colbert said that CBS lawyers told him that he could not have Tallarico on the show. CBS issued a statement the next day that they provided legal guidance that the interview could trigger the FCC's equal time rule for the other candidates. The Late Show instead published the interview on YouTube, where it amassed 5.3 million views in the first 24 hours and 8.9 million as the most recent count, placing it among the top Late Show political interviews.
That was all our top stories, but don't go away. Up next, we'll take a look at the Department of Homeland Security shutdown.
Colorado announced moving towards the legalization of prostitution.
We'll bring you the latest in the world of softball and baseball.
All this and more right after the break.
Hi, I'm Connor from Metrosphere. Our submissions are now open. You can submit literary or visual, and before March 2nd, submit either one of those to win a $150 prize for the best winner. Scan this QR code today to see our guidelines and rules.
Hey y'all, it's me, Ben Pearse, bringing you yet another update on the ever-moving world of politics. I have some of those key moments for you folks, from the Department of Homeland Security shutdown to the legalization of prostitution here in Colorado. Let's dive right in. The Department of Homeland Security is currently shut down after funding expired on February 14th. The shutdown started as a result of the assassination of ICU nurse Alex Peretti by ICE agents back in January, where the Democrats in the Senate insisted on new and stricter rules over ICE's operations. These demands include body cameras, standard uniforms without paramilitary equipment, and stricter prohibitions on detentions based on language or accents. The White House and Republican leaders have expressed staunch opposition to these restrictions. The pressure continues to build as DHS employees have been working without pay for at least 10 days. Colorado lawmakers are taking on a major change with Senate Bill 97, a plan to decriminalize prostitution statewide. If it passes, Colorado would be the only state in the country to fully remove criminal penalties for commercial sexual activity between consenting adults. It is good to remember that this is decriminalization, not legalization, meaning the state would stop treating it as a crime, but it wouldn't set up licenses or regulated businesses like Nevada. Supporters say this would make sex work safer, but critics, including a Colorado sheriff, warn the bill could make trafficking and exploitation harder to spot. He argues that people in the sex trade aren't truly acting freely, and taking away local control could put vulnerable people at risk. The bill has just been introduced, and the debate is already heating up as lawmakers dig in. The UK, like multiple other countries, has moved towards holding individuals connected to Jeffrey Epstein responsible. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, was arrested in Britain the morning of his 66th birthday. He was arrested under suspected misconduct while in public office, a direct result of the latest batch of Epstein files that were released by the DOJ. The Thames Valley Police Department said their investigation led to his arrest. Andrew previously stated he was not close friends with Epstein, but admitted to having traveled with him previously, claiming he had not been involved in any criminal misconduct. In the week following Andrew's arrest, former Ambassador Peter Mendelsohn was also arrested by British authorities for his mention in the Epstein files. There have been no arrests made in the United States in connection with the latest release of the Epstein documents, despite Congress having access to the unredacted files. Well, that's all I have for you folks this month in politics. As always, I'm Ben Pearse, here giving you those updates. I'll see you all next time, but don't go anywhere just yet. Coming up next, we have Anna with entertainment.
Hey everybody, I'm Anna Exposito welcoming you to this month's IMED segment. Get ready for all the latest updates in Denver's entertainment scene. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cabin fever? Well, I might just have a cure for that. Roadrunners After Dark is coming and tickets are for sale for students and faculty. The beloved annual event will take place on April 29th at the Lawrence Street Mall with food, music, and many more fun activities you can do with your fellow Roadrunners. To make this more exciting, this year's headliner is Waka Flocka Flame, who is known for his hits Oh Let's Do It, Heart in That Paint, and No Hands. Tickets are $5 for MSU Denver students and $10 for faculty members, CCG, and CU Denver students. Tickets can be purchased on the MSU Denver website. February is barely over, and our favorite artists have already given us many options to have fun with this spring and summer at Red Rocks. Starting on March 28th with Ravenscoon and Jansen at Red Rocks. Then April Keep Us Busy, Sublime, Common Kings, and Pepper coming on April 17th and 18th. Wiz Khalifa and 2 Chainz are on April 19th, and Ice Cube with Big Boy on April 20th. The Subtronic Cyclops Rock 6 on the 23rd and 24th, and the month finishes with Luis Capaldi April 28th. May 5th, none other than David Guetta and Youngblood on May 11th. If you enjoy listening to rap and hip-hop in Spanish, we have some good news. Colorado Freestyle is back and already had their first event of the year at Olympus Discotheque. The event featured a short-format bracket with 8 competitors, and from the very first minute, no one held back. Among the standout participants were J-Pro, the reigning champion of the last competition, Chris Hanson, a former national 420 competitor, and Dark Ray, a veteran MC making his return after time away from the scene. Hanson and Dark Ray advanced to the finals, where the battle came down to the wire. After a closely contested matchup, Peruvian MC Chris Hanson was crowned champion. To understand the impact this competition had on Colorado's freestyle scene, we turn to the event's host and MSU Denver student, Raúl López.
Este año vienen muchas más competencias para hacer una tabla y para de verdad tener un campeón. De Winter Ruler, del dueño de Colorado, por así decirlo. Queremos hacer unas competencias mucho más seguidas, una vez al mes. Ya tenemos varios sitios. A veces no se nos permite por el clima, pero este año vamos a intentar hacerlo siempre que podamos. El año pasado tuvimos una nacional de locos, pero este año siento que ya tenemos mucha más experiencia para todo y para hacer todas las cosas posibles.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you this month in All Things Entertainment. But don't worry, because we are not done yet. After the break, we'll have a look with sports. And I'm Exposito. See you next time.
What's up, sports fans? I'm Luke Maestas, here to bring you your favorite segment of the Met Report. Let's take a look at all the latest updates in our sports from our campus and beyond. As the baseball season begins for the men, we cannot forget the MSU Denver women's softball season started earlier this month as well. The Roadrunners started the season a little rocky, only winning one game in Mansfield, Texas, against 4 different teams. On February 7th, the Roadrunners played at home, where they got their first doubleheader win of the season against the Montana State University Yellow Jackets. This momentum continued, and the team created an 8-game winning streak after beating Colorado School of Mines and Fort Lewis College, sweeping them at the Assembly Athletic Complex. The Roadrunners will hit the road towards Grand Junction as they play against Colorado Mesa University tomorrow. The Olympics gave us a chance to see the world's top athletes, and although the fun may be over, there's another event on the horizon that showcases some of the world's best athletes. The World Baseball Classic is taking shape, and baseball's best from all over the globe will compete for the gold and the World Baseball Classic trophy once again. The previous Classic had all sorts of crazy things happen, from Cuban superfans blowing loud horns, players who are representing countries despite not even being from there, an electrician from Czechia striking out the greatest two-way player on earth, and 2 teammates battling it out in the finals. With this year's Classic having more star power coming from Team USA, Team Japan, and more, it will give sports fans another reason to be on the edge of their seat. The fun will begin on March 5th. The basketball playoffs are around the corner, and our women's basketball team has been improving, which has resulted in a playoff berth. The Roadrunners continued their 5-game winning streak this past month, which got them the 6th spot in the RMAC Conference, with a record of 12-6. With the contributions of Michaela Espinosa and Nevaeh Millard, the Birds made one heck of a comeback against CSU Pueblo, 86-85 being the final score. My goodness. And beating Colorado Christian University 78-59. The Roadrunners will play against the Regis University Rangers at Regis University tomorrow at 1 p.m. That's all we have for our sports segment this month. Check out our TikTok at MyMetMedia and our Instagram at MyMetTV for more sports updates. Alejandro, Ronan, I am passing it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Luke. Hey, Ronan, the World Baseball Classic starts next week. Who do you go for?
It does. I think whoever swings the bat the hardest, Japan.
Well, I'm going to stick with the home team and go for my beloved Mexico. And with that, that wraps up February's Met Report. Be sure to check out more of our content at mymetmedia.com and follow our socials in the description below. And subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with our monthly broadcast.
From all of us at the Met Report, thank you for joining us. I'm Ronan McNeal.
And I'm Alejandro Silva. Until next time, take care and stay safe.